Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves on this journey to love. And so, if you follow my channel, then welcome. Any new subscribers, then welcome. Everyone that's coming to me for healings, readings, and also channeled letters, then thank you for making this experience so quite incredible. So, yesterday's message, I was saying about Titanic, and that in that film there is the big things that he said was, you know me, and also don't ever let me go. Now the characters in that film are called Jack and Rose, and what happened was I've had a couple of comments from people and a couple of emails to say, and this is why the journey is so magical, because they the letter that I read out yesterday from the channeled letters was number 26, and today it is number 33, because it is also 33 is a master number, but it was also the doorway to romance. And so the doorway to romance is opening, because of course Titanic is an incredibly romantic film. But also what was quite, I was talking about the power of the fox. And, okay, so firstly about letter 26, somebody made a comment to say that they were with a friend yesterday and they were showing them the book, this book, and they were talking to them about the twin flame journey that they're on. And sure enough, the letter that they picked was also 26. So that just shows you how the collective consciousness is all growing, and the connections between everyone is so strong. Because I was talking about yesterday about the power of the fox. And in native spirit or animal medicine, if you use the power of the fox and invoke the power of the fox is very wily and it's able to get home. And so what you do is you invoke the power of the fox every morning and say, please, fox, please let me take on the power of the fox to help us come into our union. Now, somebody sent me an email last night to say that they had forgotten, but they had been given when they were born, they were given a fox cuddly toy, which was, which is so lovely, because what I have become more and more aware of is that the spirit of your twin lives in everything around you. And so those gifts that are quite important to you will have such symbology that you're now uncovering more and more and more. Because the other thing that happened yesterday, the last time I met my twin, we had a conversation around, just a very abstract conversation around traveling around the world in a shipping container, which is very, very specific. So the fact that it was the shipping container, and then I was listening to a program yesterday, and this woman was talking about the fact that she didn't have a faith at all, but she was in the army, and she had a terrible experience and went to a kind of a church that was in a shipping container. And she said that she came out of that shipping container knowing that she had a connection to a greater force, whatever you want to call that, God, great spirit, universe, whatever. But she said that she came out of the shipping container with a massive sense of faith and sense of belonging and sense of coming home, basically. And so it was so lovely, because that literally was when I last saw my twin. We had a whole conversation about traveling around the world in a shipping container. So you see how, but you have to, the conversations and things that will come into your path may not always be obvious. So, spirit works in these magical ways that are just becoming more and more. Because then what happened after that was my mum was saying that her grandmother, when we were watching the Titanic, her grandmother, her favourite brother was called Jack. And he was linked somehow he died in a shipping accident or died in the sea. And so it was all kind of linked, because then my mum said, oh, and also my great grandmother had a pet fox. And so again, it just shows you, you know, that those things, the little, if you look back at your family history, you know, there are little gems of uncovering hidden treasures all the time to make you realize, wow, we have always been traveling back through every lifetime, through every member of our soul group have been helping us and are helping us today come back together. Because you know, the power of the fox is obviously part of, you know, if you're joined to the crystal grid and you follow my messages and you follow the guidance that I get, I mean, basically what I do is I just share the guidance that I receive for myself. I share with you on this channel, and if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, then it's not for you. But I feel like anyone that is on this journey with me will benefit from, you know, the same guidance that I hear for myself, which is why I share it, because this channel is all about helping people into union, because I was guided to set it up to help me and my twin into union. And so it's so lovely now to see things that are so shared amongst all of us through all of that journey. You know, even the fox, right? I had, you know, when my mum said to me my gran had a pet fox, I was like, that's so brilliant. The pet fox was called Toby. So again, amazing. So number 33 is the letter for today. And it is all about romance. So the letter is, of course I remember our bubble phase. It's not something that I could ever forget or ever anticipate even happening. Ever, ever, ever in my life. The magical feeling of being completely free. Free to be completely who I am. To not have to put on a show or pretense. To not feel like I should be better in any way. To feel loved for being me, just little old me. And to feel that unconditional love and adoration was simply the best feeling I have ever experienced, and will forever cherish it and remember it every second of every day and dream about it every night. Don't ever think that I don't appreciate and love you and adore you and want to be with you with every fibre of my being, because I do. I absolutely frigging well do, and I will. Okay. So, if you're questioning what do they think about you in the beginning, well, that's the answer. So that's from book 1. From book 2, it is this. And I love, because what was I saying about the Jack and Rose are the characters in the Titanic. So, you're my flower that is blooming inside of my heart every minute of every day and night. The petals are unfolding. It's like my heart has been a closed-up bud for so long. But you gave it the kiss of life, the reason for it to open, the reason for me to uncover my true inner beauty. But it was only because you showed me so much kindness and true love. You showed me what love should be. No deals, no expectations, just pure love, because we can't escape how we feel about each other. You ignited the flame of my own heart of passion flower, and we will blossom together. Now, somebody else sent me a message to say that when I used the video yesterday around the Titanic, that is something that her twin had actually said to her, don't ever let me go. And so, you know, this is why it's so lovely, because we share so much, and it's so supportive, you know, because that was obviously her twin. He knew that she needed to hear that at that time, which is why it was the perfect message, the perfect timing for her. So, and then in book 3, 1,000,001 things I'd like to say to my girl. You are beautiful, the ray of sun that shines bright through the clouds, lighting up the golden fields of hay. I dream of spending evenings with you walking by the brook and having a picnic by an open fire we've built together out in the wild. You are the wildness of nature, the beauty of nature, the pleasure in my heart. The simple things in life are always the most meaningful, even though we strive for so much more material stuff. what you've taught me is that none of that matters. The only thing that really counts is you and our love. Well, there you go. Because again, it's such a perfect progression, basically, of, you know, basically saying, I remember our bubble phase. I truly, truly remember it. You are the light that shines within me, and I want us to be together because you've made me realize that the simple things and, you know, none of the material stuff matters. It is actually only love that matters, and the romance, you know. So there you go. Again, some beautiful messages, and I just love how, if you can look, you know, I'm sure that everyone, if you look back at the maybe the cuddly toys that were really important to you as a child, family history, a pet, you know, I absolutely know that there's a bit of my twin spirit in my dog. Because you just know, you tap into that, you feel that energy through everything around you. And it's a beautiful thing, because then you really do feel connected in such a deep level, because their energy is around everything. And of course, you know, especially with my dog, because the dog is obviously unconditional love. And it's just the way he looks at, that she looks at me. I'm like, I know that it's my twin in there. And so it's opening your eyes, right? We really are transcending those realms of reality and realizing that spirit lives in everything. And so, yeah, I would just take comfort in the fact, look at all of the things, even your favorite objects, you know, your favorite trees, so your favorite, whatever it is that you have been drawn to. I can guarantee you are drawn to that because your spirit, your twin spirit, lives within that. And that's why you're drawn to it. So feel connected. That's the message for today. Really, truly feel connected to everything around you, and realize that your twin spirit is all around you, always guiding you home, always there to support you. So if you want to have a healing or a reading, or to have a channeled letter, or to buy these books, this, I'm telling you, this is the cheapest and easiest way to stay connected and to strengthen, that's the other thing, to really strengthen the connection with your twin. Because if you see how I use them, I use the same number in the 3 books because they tell a story. And so they give more and more in-depth and insight into, you know, what's going on. And it will be whatever question you have at the time. And by doing that, basically, it strengthens that connection. Because it allows, you know, and I use these multiple times a day. Because I don't want to stay, you know, you can dip out of the vibe, but, you know, that's for you to manage your own vibe. And so this is the easiest and the quickest way to do it, and the cheapest. That's the big thing. So all details are in the link. If you want to have if you want a letter, it's only $7. If you want to have a healing or a reading, I'm still doing the special of $20. So good luck on your journey. And remember, don't ever let go. All right, take care. Bye.